Welcome everybody, it's WildWest Stacker. I hope you're having a great day, and we're going to take a look at one of my favorite metals out there, copper, today. Yes, that's right, copper is taking a storm right now because people are finding out some of the magical properties that it has. So stay tuned and we're going to talk about copper and some electroculture going on. Let's just start off by quick talking about the holy crazy silver week we've had. If you've been following the shiny stuff, gold and silver have been on a tear. They've been in extremely high demand. I've noticed a lot of the bullion dealers out there are putting minimum orders now. They're upping that to like 250 from 200. Some are saying the orders may be delayed. And so I thought it'd be a great time, since I'm not actually picking up a whole lot of this stuff right now, is to talk about the copper. And now this is a really cool piece from Trident Stacking. Oh man, look at that, number 17. It's a really cool piece. Now, as far as copper goes, I had a little stack of it. In fact, let's just go over that right now. Now, I did pick up a few of these 5 ounces, these Morgans. They're really beautiful. I'm trying to tone a couple of them, kind of like this 5 ouncer here. That's the Abe Lincoln. Just thought I'd let them sit out, and it looks like they're probably going to take some years to tone. But look, you got a little bit of color on that one. And on this one, not a whole lot. I mean, maybe a little bit there in the center starting, but not compared to this one that's sat out now for 2 years. So let's put that one out there on display. Great. We'll put this one down. But my big copper stack was actually this guy right here. Yes, I love these boxes. So this is a Mythosaur one. It is totally filled, as you could see. So these are the Golden State Mint seconds. I picked these up for 83 cents a piece, I believe it was. It was 80 something cents. And so every one of these, there it is right there, will have a little second stamp on it. There's a good way to kind of show it. And so that just means it didn't meet their quality for whatever reason. Maybe it wasn't centered, maybe the strike wasn't hard enough. I don't know. But really good variety in these. I wish that they would have these at great deals again. Ooh, that one's got a little toning. Let's see if we can get it on there. Come on, camera. It's got a little toning on there, but you can see even with the shield, it still has a second. And so I picked up about 300 ounces. It fit in this box pretty good. It's really fun, though, to dump this out when I have my nieces, nephews, youngins over. I try to let them pick out one every time they come and visit me. And I'll just show you right now. It's really fun because we dump it out and just check out the sound. Yes, isn't that awesome? Kind of like pirate treasure. Just, you can see there's a lot of the World of Dragons in here. That, for some reason, was the seconds that I got a ton of. So, a lot of different dragon coins. I'm not going to complain. I think it's really cool. It looks like a pirate treasure. It's something awesome. Oh, so much fun. All right, but one part of my stack I don't show off too much, and that is my recyclable stack. Some of you might consider even these older cents. These are what, 90-some% copper. I save these, and these are really fun. But as far as scrap copper, I have a bunch of speaker wire, cables, even some copper pipes that I have around. And that is actually probably more important now than this stuff. I thought the 1 ounce rounds would be really cool to have, but it turns out we got to make room because there is something new happening out there, and that's called electroculture. And so we'll take a look here at my little tiny plant I just picked up. If it wants to focus, there we go. So I picked up a little aloe vera plant at the Sunshine Plant Company. And if you can see, it's got a little piece of copper here. And that's right. So this is called electroculture, guys. And if you didn't know, copper is a really good conductor of electricity. It's just right up there, only below the silver and the gold. But copper is the third most conductive metal out there, as far as I know, unless they count platinum. But anyways, so let's talk about the magic of copper. What people are finding out is this new thing called electroculture, and you'll be putting copper into the ground with your plants, and for whatever reason, the copper is pulling that energy that's out of the air, and it's helping the plants grow. So the plants grow faster, they grow bigger. It's a crazy new phenomenon. So I'm trying it out. This is a little baby aloe vera plant. It's grown a little bit, but this one's kind of small, so it's, I don't know, taking a little bit of time. Let me just go ahead and put him over here for now. Okay, and let me show one that has grown quite a bit. Now this is a new type of plant that I am still researching, kind of learning about. Here we go. So this is called a tillandsia, also known as an air plant. Doesn't it kind of look like a jellyfish plant? Really cool, huh? Okay, so this top part is actually not the plant. This is a dried sea urchin that somebody took the time and they planted the air plant inside of there. And these air plants are really cool. Look, I made a little crown out of some speaker wire here, and then it goes up. I put this through there, and then I just kind of tie that on, just so it has a little copper crown, and it's got like a little antenna to try to help it grow. Now I've only had this thing 1 week, and this little stem right here has grown out totally. So it didn't even have that before, and these were probably about, yeah, to right here. So the growth on this thing is really increasing. And you might ask, how do you water one of these, right? Well, it's an air plant, and there's two different ways. The way I do it is you just spray it with water, kind of like that, just a little spray, and you would actually want to get it fairly wet. And it's got little trichomes all over its plant material here. It sucks up and absorbs that water, so you don't actually water the root. These are called air plants. Really fun stuff. If you haven't checked them out, look into it. Maybe you won't kill a plant that way, but I'm gonna let this guy hang out, be like a little jellyfish plant just chilling with me. So really enjoying it. And that is a little bit of electroculture. Now let's get into some bigger plants that I've done. Picked up this one at the same time as that little aloe vera. And if you see, I've got a little piece of copper right here, and this is solid copper. It's not speaker wire. So you do have to have like some thick cables, cable cutters to work with this. Some wire cutters, something like that. This is cute. Aloe you very much. So yeah, look at that. I spent $20 on this. I think it's really cool. Now, when I put this in, it's only been a week since I've had it. And do you see these little like sharp spines? It didn't have any of those a week ago. So it's really shooting out. This is a new stem right here that wasn't even here, and this one has shot up almost twice its size. So in a week, we're seeing some really incredible results. I'm just really shocked. I'm happy. Let's get up to our last one here. Now this one, actually guys, I picked up for our pool house. This is supposed to be a plant that needs a lot of moisture and humidity. So I've been watering it a lot lately. Really cool plant. You can see I put a little piece of copper in because I'm probably going to transplant this, and I'll get a bigger piece of copper, maybe to go up to about here. And so this is going to go in our pool house. Just another cool plant, but I'm trying it out. Awesome. But still, look, it's really green. Haven't killed it yet. I'm doing good. All right, now back to the copper. I do want to let everybody know the craziness that happened last night. So Mrs. Wild West decided to plant some of those little baby planters. You know, so what you got, like a 30 in a pack, and it's bigger than this table is right now. And she put seeds in, and I decided, out of my own experiment, just because why not, right? So she has them next to a heater. Now I took these Lincoln Scents, the copper ones, right? I think I put 6 on top of there, kind of spread out like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. Kind of like that, just spread out over it. And I have never seen anything like it. So this was last night, she planted them. And woke up this morning, and the seeds are already blooming. They've already got those starter leaves coming out of like 3 plants already that I've seen. And I have never experienced anything like that growing plants in my entire life. It's usually 3 to 4 days. And remember, we are in the snow belt right now. There's snow outside, it's still freezing, and yet we have plants growing. Isn't that crazy? So this awesome stuff called copper has another use. Now I am going to place, I think I had a 2-ounce Doggo stacker on top of that one. It was just laying around, so it was in a capsule, so I just put it on top of one of those planters as well. We're going to see if it has added growth. I am including the little copper scents with it. So I don't know if it's just the copper that does this, or can silver do it as well? But silver's so expensive, we probably don't want to be putting our silver in the garden. Just insane. So one last thing, let's talk about the malachite. One reason I like to bring this out is this is where a lot of the copper is picked up. And so that's the reason this is green. They crush it down and they extract the copper out, or they'll put them in rock tumblers. See, this piece didn't really get the bottom done, but the top there in a rock tumbler becomes these really beautiful, intricate designs. And you can get all sorts of really cool ones. Like, look at that one. Isn't that sweet? Just different greens all over, lights, darks. And so that's one of the reasons I just really like the copper. I don't really like to stack a whole lot of this stuff. I think it's just fun to bring out like this pirate treasure, let my nieces and nephews pick some out. It gets them into, you know, saving some sort of coins. They call these coins. I don't correct them because I don't want to confuse them. They're just trying to get into something awesome, something of value, unlike those dollar bills out there that we all know are losing value every day. So I don't know. I think this is fun, but from now on, I'm going to actually focus more on the copper wires, speaker wire. From what I've seen, one of the best ways to do this, if you can't get a big piece of copper, which they are fairly expensive, this copper piping, is you can get speaker wire and wrap it around a large stick, bury that in the ground, and that acts like an antenna as well. So it'll pull that electricity out of the air. And now we're learning, I mean, things are changing. It's not just water and sunlight and photosynthesis to grow these things. There is an electrical component as well. And I mean, what a really cool time to be alive. So we're all just still learning this electroculture thing. I think it's just a bunch of experimenting right now. One thing I know when you're growing plants is they've played around with LED lights, and they have found that if you add, for instance, a red LED spectrum in, you can get bigger plant growth. And so a lot of times they'll have LED grow lights set to increase like the red light spectrum or the blue light spectrum, just to get different results on plants. And so now this might be a new way to do that, is you'll add some electricity by adding copper into your plants. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I had a great time. Now, we're moving on to the Premier train, so make sure you click the link in the chat. I believe we're going on to Mrs. Coin Crew next. Thanks so much, everybody. And this is Wild West saying, everybody have a good one.